Welcome to Learn Instrumentation Engineering YouTube channel. Today we are going to detailedly discuss about Modbus communication in industries. So in this video we would brief about what is basically a Modbus communication and what are the applications or purpose of Modbus communication in the industries. In this YouTube channel, Learn Instrumentation Engineering, we would discuss about basics and fundamentals of industrial instrumentation and control system. Also, we would cover latest news and global technical updates as well. Okay, let's get into this video. So what is basically a Modbus? See, Modbus is simply, it is a serial type communication protocol. So it just communicate between different control system in the process plant, and this is developed by Modicon. And the main advantages or the merit of using this Modbus communication protocol is that it is an open protocol and it is free to use commercially in any industries. Now let's detailedly discuss about how Modbus communication is applied in an industries. This is basically a DCS system cabinet where we do have a CPU, input output modules, and all the control algorithms will be carried out over here. And this DCS is connected to number of field instruments, and the control algorithm will run and execute the output to the control valve or SDVs in the process plant. And all the parameters of process variable, manipulator variable, set variable would be checked in the operator station, which is available in the control room. And all these data are being transferred to the control bus 1 and control bus 2. If you don't know what is basically a control bus, we have detailedly discussed about control bus architecture and I have uploaded those videos in the description column. Now, in the process plan, you are going to expand a new unit. For example, in this video, I have taken an example of nitrogen generator unit. So you are going to commission a new nitrogen generator, and that particular facility is being monitored and controlled by PLC. And again, that PLC have number of inputs and outputs connected to generate nitrogen in the plant. Basically in DCS, we know that they handle more instruments. For example, 200 pressure transmitters, 100 flow transmitters, 50 control valves, 30 shutdown valves, etc. Similarly, in PLC, for this particular nitrogen generator, in ideal condition, we are using 25 pressure transmitters, 5 flow transmitters, 10 shutdown valves, etc. So basically, the control room operator who is sitting in control room would not be having any data regarding the nitrogen generator unit which is added in the same process plant. Though the nitrogen generation unit is being independently monitored and controlled by a PLC, the control room engineer is supposed to have all the data which is contained in the process plant. And here comes the Modbus communication protocol that solves the puzzle. So we just have to interconnect a Modbus cable between the PLC and the DCS, and this would be a single cable. See, for example, this is a Allen Bradley PLC. We do have a CPU, input output modules, and here we have a network switch, and this network switch will be acting as a hub to interconnect other control system. So this CPU will give data to the network switch, and here we have the Modbus converter. So from the network switch, the cable will be connected to the Modbus converter. It is an electronic component that converts this particular Ethernet data into a Modbus communication. And you can see there are two cable or wires. So this is basically a Modbus cable, and this cable will be running to the ICS panel and gets connected into the DCS panel. And this is a DCS system cabinet where we do have input output modules, and here you can see the communication modules as well. So this particular Modbus cable which will be running from PLC to DCS and gets wired or terminated over here. And again, not only a single PLC control, if at all you're having a variable frequency drives in the process plant, and it would be driving the particular motor. And if you want to know what are the parameters of the motor, like current, voltage, and etc., these parameters also can be communicated to DCS through the Modbus cable. So if you are having a different control system, this Modbus communication interconnects the different control system through this Modbus communication protocol. And this Modbus parameters are mandatory to be configured in the DCS and the control system as well. First, the foremost is the address register, and you can see over here it contains A400001. And similarly, this Modbus address register number will be increasing sequentially, and each and every Modbus address register will be carrying individual tag, pressure transmitter, flow transmitter, and other data as well. And then we have to define what is the data type of these communication IOs, 16-bit unsigned, or 32-bit unsigned, etc. And that would be given by the OEM during commissioning. And we also should configure what is the station ID of the particular PLC or VFD. For example, for PLC we can go 001, and for VFD we can go 002, and etc. The fourth important parameter is parity. Normally in communication we have to set the parity, whether it's odd or even or none. So depending upon the OEM, we have to set the parity of this Modbus communication protocol. And the important factor here is baud rates. Any communication should be configure the baud rate. So here the baud rate will start from 1200 bps to 2400 bps and so on. And then we also have to configure whether it's a two-way Modbus communication or four-way Modbus communication. Some application uses two-way and some applications uses four-way. And then we also have to configure what is the stop bit which is being used in Modbus communication, and this comes like 1B, 2W, etc., and this will be defined by the OEM. So these are all the Modbus parameters that has to be configured in the Modbus and DCS as. So this is basically a Modbus communication protocol. So in this video you would have got a very good understanding about Modbus communication protocols and how it is being used. So if you like this video, just hit the like button and share to instrumentation community. If you want to watch such instrumentation video, do subscribe to our channel Learn Instrumentation Engineering. Thank you.